Hi, and welcome back to Audit Preparation Training. So today we're looking at section 4, mapping. So what we're going to do is show you how to connect those evidence records and documents that you're collecting to your controls so that it will all roll up into your regulation or standard dashboard so that you know when you're ready for audit. And of course, you want these evidence records to be connected to your controls because beyond audit, what you're actually doing when you're collecting evidence is verifying that those controls are in place and those controls are there to actually protect your organization. So we're going to show you a couple of different options for doing that in the platform today, and let's get into that now. Okay, so now we're back in the platform, and if you recall what we've done, we've added our standard, we've created all of the applicable controls, and we've uploaded the internal controls that we're going to be working from. So we're going to show you a couple of different ways how to access that, and we've also, of course, started hopefully even possibly collecting our evidence. And now we want to do is put all of that magic together, link everything up, and a couple of different ways to do that. So first we could go just to the obligation or to that control library view again and select our SOC 2 controls. And then as we know, we've got an internal, you can see here, we've got an internal control linked to each of these controls. We did that earlier. And so one option we have is just to come into each control here, go to the internal control itself, click into that internal control. And now what we want to do is, you see we have evidence 0 here. So we want to connect the correct evidence for that. So all we're going to do is go into that evidence section, and we're going to do lookup because we've already loaded our evidence records into the platform. So we'll just do lookup, and then we'll select the evidence that is required for this specific control. And that can be one or more things. Quite often it's more than one of these evidence records. And that's the great thing about C1 Risk. We have that option of doing many to one or one to many. So you can use and reuse evidence for multiple audits, for multiple controls, but you only have to collect it once. So once we do that, we just click apply. And now all of that evidence is connected to our control. And it's also going to roll up into our control library as we collect it. And we'll be able to see it. And as you can see here, we'll be able to see all those documents as they come in. And again, if we go all the way back to our obligation, that's also going to reflect in our dashboard as the process happens in the platform. So that's one option. Obviously, the other option is you can go directly to the internal controls, and it's exactly the same principle here. You can just go in and look up and select the evidence for each control from your internal controls section. However, let's think there's another way to think about this. And let's say we want to actually work from the evidence and we want to connect each evidence to multiple internal controls. So what we can do here is, again, we're going to go into our evidence record. So I'm going to use org chart, which is the one we've been using for training. And if you remember, we got this from our IRL. And when an auditor gives you an IRL, they generally not only give you the evidence, but they tell you which controls it links to. So in this case, we can see here it links to these different controls. So now what we can do is we can just go into our evidence record and to the internal controls tab, and we can do lookup. And now we can just, that's where it gets a little tricky, CC 1.2 and 1.3. So I can do CC 1.2, just looking for that, and now it comes in here. Now I don't have to apply this yet. I can add all of them at one time. So now I can do 1.3. And now you see it's already selected 1 here. Now I can add CC 1.3. Now it changes to 2. And I can keep going all the way through this until I am ready. So I'll just do one more, CC 1.5. Now once I've done that, whoops, I want to make sure I select it. Once I've selected them all, I just click apply. And again, now this evidence is going to be connected to all those internal. And I can see that again, if I come into my columns options and I can see, and I select total IC and just apply that. Now I can see that I've connected 4 internal controls to my org chart. And again, if I go through, I can go backwards and follow that through. And that's going to roll up into my control library. And again, I'll be able to see, haven't collected that document yet, but we'll be able to see it when it comes in for this audit period. Okay. All right, well, that now basically that's all you have to do, and you're ready to go. The system is going to do everything else for you. It will launch the evidence on the date that you've selected. It will alert you when the document requests have been provided. You can review those, and everything will then roll up into your dashboard so you can see when you're ready for audit. So, congratulations, you have completed the audit preparation cycle and you're ready to go and get all of that documentation in, and you have that complete confidence that you're going to be ready for your auditor. That concludes our training for today. Thank you very much.